I love when coaches, consultants, and professional service providers want to do big things in their business. They want to rise to the top and influence their market and the world around them. They want to have a greater impact and make a more lucrative income. Well, if this is you, welcome to Expert in You Podcast, the show where I interview other experts and coaches, consultants, so that they can share their success strategies with you. We're going to talk about marketing and how to close more sales, how to get more premium clients, and how to really build your visibility in the market and scale your business like a boss. If this is you, welcome to the show. I want to ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss one episode. Grab your coffee and buckle up because we are ready to give it all to you to help you become the expert and get paid as the expert that you are. Welcome back to another episode of Expert in You Podcast. I'm your host, Carden, the $1 Million Strategist and Consultant, helping coaches, consultants, and professional service providers build a lucrative and impactful business with their expertise. And I'm excited to be back with you again this week as we dive into the sales process. How do you sell without selling? How do you turn prospects into buyers, more prospects into buyers, and not just buyers, but higher paying buyers? Well, we're going to cover it all in this episode. I want you to know that your sales process has 3 components, and most coaches, consultants, and service providers do not like selling. They don't like having sales conversations. They feel awkward, they feel pushy, they feel a bit slimy and icky, and I want you to know that there is a way to take all of that anxiety away and build a process that actually sells you before you get on a sales call with someone or before you get into a sales conversation with someone. And with the 3 components, it's what happens before the sale, what happens during the sale, and what happens after the sale. And you want all 3 of these components so dialed in that when you get on a call with someone, they're already qualified, they're already practically sold, almost like a referral, which is really nice, right? And the sales process is so simple. And then I also want to talk about proposals and how do you make proposals work so that you're not chasing clients and writing umpteen proposals and sending those off and then crickets, not getting, that's all just a waste of time. Let's just eliminate all of that, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. Okay, so let's talk about the before process, the before component to a sales call or a sales conversation. First, it's about your marketing. What are you doing in your marketing that is actually moving people closer to wanting to buy from you? See, we have an opportunity in the marketplace today to actually pre-sell people before they ever book a call with us or get into a conversation with us. And it's really through our positioning in the market and our content. Our positioning in the market and our content. Your positioning in the market is who you help, what you want to be known for, your credibility, the believability, all of those components that go into a strong market position. Now, I've got many other podcasts out there talking about positioning. You can go back and check those out where I go into a lot more detail in exactly what positioning includes. But when you're positioned well in the market, you will attract the right people. And this is the key component to getting qualified buyers or qualified prospects. Now, once you start attracting, once you grab their attention, they see that, that outside perception is, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for, or I'm interested in this, or this looks like the person that can maybe help me. Once you get that initial attraction from strong positioning, now you want your content to move them down what we call the buyer's journey. And this is where really now they can go and check you out and they can see what you're all about. They can even see in great detail what your process is and what it's like to work with you and what are some of the results that you've had. And all of those things should be included in your content. Also in your content is part of your positioning, but I really want to talk about it separately because it's such a big piece. So your content should actually show people why you are the go-to expert. I love when people book a call and they say, I don't know how I came across you, but I know you're the person that can help me. That is a sold person, right? It's just a matter then of working through a couple of things on that call, but they're already ready to buy. And a lot of times they'll get on a call and they say, I don't know what you charge, but I do know that I want to work with you. So that's what we're talking about. So it's really selling you. It's pre-selling you before you have to spend your time in a sales conversation. Now, I love this because I have limited time and I love my freedom and I teach a freedom business. So it's important that you're not wasting your time on calls with people who have no intention of buying or they're not the right fit for what it is you do. So you want to pre-sell those people before they actually book a call. Once they determine, I want to talk to this person, I believe that you are the person that can help me, then you want to pre-qualify them. And there are two ways that you can really do this. One way is to actually make them pay for the call. So you can do a paid consultation if you choose to do that. I have done that in the past, and I no longer do a paid consultation because I do what I call a qualification form, an application form. They have to fill out an application when they book a call, and I ask a lot of questions that determine whether or not they are going to be the right fit for me. And I even ask the financial question, do they have money to invest in my services? Are they ready to go right now? And I make that very clear in my application form that if they feel like this is the right fit, are they ready to take action? Those are the people that I'm looking for, and those are the people that I work with. And so all of that is very clear in my application form. By the time someone gets on a call with me, they are practically pre-sold. And then it's a matter of maybe they just have a few additional questions. They want me to know about their business. I want to make sure that I can, in fact, help them once we dive into that a little bit. And then we just want to kind of also see what the dynamic is or the chemistry is to work together. That's what the sales conversation should be. So when I get on a call with someone, it is so effortless, really. All I do is just go back through the questions. We go a little deeper into those things, and I kind of get a feel for them and how they work. And, it's literally is just a conversation. It's like making a brand new friend. It's like meeting someone for the first time, and you get into a conversation with them. The thing is, the conversation's a little more pointed, right, around what it is you do. And when you do that, again, it just makes it so effortless. And when they're ready to buy, often, if you do this right, they will ask you, okay, so Ann, tell me how it is I can work with you. How much do you charge? What would the investment be? And that gives you the okay, or the permission, so to speak, to share what it is you do and how you can help them and how much that investment would be for them. Super, super simple. There's no awkwardness, no ickiness, no sliminess. I don't push people. I don't have to overcome many objections because, in fact, almost none, because they're already pre-sold. They've already checked me out. They already know what I'm all about. All of that before is dialed in. And so I don't have to overcome a lot of objections. They already know how I can help them. When they come to me, they want me to look at their business specifically and make sure that I can help them. That's a much different place to be. Now, if you are in a conversation with someone where they ask for a proposal, I believe that a proposal a lot of times is when you don't have clear offers, clear packages, and they don't clearly understand what they're buying. But let's say you're a marketing agency where you deliver a lot of things and they say, well, I would like a proposal. Then what I want to encourage you to do is get 2 yeses before you ever do a proposal. The first yes is, are they ready to move forward with you if you can make the numbers work, which you can make the numbers work typically. So you want to get that first yes, okay? The second thing in that conversation, you should have already identified what their budget is or what they're looking to invest, and is that even going to fit or make sense with what they're telling you they want. So this would be more a marketing agency or someone actually delivering done-for-you services. If you're not even if you are delivering done-for-you services, if you have them packaged and structured in an easy way for them to say yes, you can eliminate proposals altogether. I remember one day I was in a clubhouse room moderating a room, and there was a social media marketer in there, and she said, "Ann, I'm so tired of sending out proposals, and then people come back and they say they don't have the money." And so as I talked through that process with her, I said, "Why are you even sending proposals for what it is you're selling?" And she said, "Well, I just thought that was the way it was supposed to be." And I told her how to eliminate that, and she did, and her business exploded. And she was not even a paid client. I was just, giving that advice and helping her out. And so it's really important to understand if you even need proposals. I can tell you a lot of my clients, and even in my own business, we have closed many, many ultra premium clients without a proposal at all. And so you may not even need them. So if you can eliminate them, I highly recommend you do. But it is going to be dependent on who you work with. The other thing is find out what they want in the proposal. So once they say, "Yes, I'm ready to move forward with you. I like everything you're saying. I just want to see it in writing," then ask them exactly, what are you looking to see in the proposal? What would you like to see in that proposal? Get very, very specific about that so that you can streamline that proposal. And it should be really simple by what the conversation was about, what you actually talked about that they need, and then what are the options that you're going to give them to choose from. And you should have options that fit their budget. So then you want to make sure that you set up another call with them. Do not email proposals. They will go in the black hole of who knows where. So don't ever email a proposal. Set up another call with them. Make sure that they're ready to move forward. If everything looks good and the numbers can work, and then you can go ahead and write up that proposal and you go over it with them on the call, on a Zoom, or in front of them, or whatever you're doing, but you set that next appointment. And I recommend that you only set it for a couple of days out. Do not make it a long process. Time kills deals. So if you are doing proposals at all, again, which I recommend to get away from if you can, then make sure that you are setting that proposal meeting up for just a couple of days later. And here's the other thing. If you can make the numbers work, if they're not so far off base with what it is you do, and you feel like you could do it for that amount of money, then you should have a couple of options for them to pick from. You should always have a higher option than what their budget said, just FYI. And then you have something that falls into their budget, and you want to make sure that you give those options. Now, if they don't give you a budget and you're kind of guessing, then you want to give them three options: a really high option, a mid-tier option, and a low option. So just a little bit of information for you there. So set up that meeting, you get back on a call with them or back in front of them, however you do your consultations, and you choose the option that's going to work for them. Also, if there are going to be other decision makers, try to get that person on that call along with the person that you're speaking with, so that you're not, again, wasting time and then they have to take that proposal and go get approval. And you want to just cut out all of that extra time and energy. You don't have time for that. You're running a business. So this is the during process, okay? You should do all of this in that initial conversation. Now let's talk about after. The after process would be that next conversation to go over a proposal, or it would be follow-up. What kind of a follow-up process do you have? Do you put people onto your email list so that you can stay in front of them if they don't buy or if they don't close? See, people forget who you are. We want to believe that people will remember us, but you want to stay top of mind. And if they didn't buy for whatever reason, they maybe just weren't ready, the timing wasn't right, And hopefully all of that, again, is worked out before. But once in a while, obviously, you're not going to have 100% closing. So once in a while, you're going to get someone that maybe just doesn't pull the trigger, so to speak, and they don't buy. Well, then you want to put them into a follow-up process, into a nurturing process. So you want to stay in front of them, stay top of mind, stay connected to them, keep feeding them until they get to the place where they are ready to buy, or it's no longer relevant to them and they leave you. But if you don't give people a way to stay in your ecosystem and to follow up with them, you will lose them and they will be on to the next deal or the next person or whatever it is they're looking for. So those are the 3 components to an incredible sales process that can help you sell without selling and can pre-sell you before people get into a conversation with you. So how is your sales process? Do you have the before component really dialed in so that you are only getting on calls or in conversations with highly qualified buyers who already are convinced that you are the person that can help them? Is that happening? Do you have the during process dialed in so that your conversations are effortless? So they're asking you how they can buy, and so that you can maybe eliminate proposals. And then do you have the follow-up process, the after process dialed in, so that if for whatever reason they didn't buy, you can stay in front of them, you can keep nurturing them until they get back with you and they're ready to go. So this is a great sales process, how to sell without being salesy, slimy, icky, awkward, and really truly enjoy your conversations. And the other thing that I will tell you is when you don't have to push people into buying, you make a new friend. And that's the thing I love most about sales conversations. I build a new connection. I build a new relationship with someone who is now in my ecosystem and in my network, even if they don't buy. And when you build your business this way, and people appreciate that so much, that they didn't feel pushed or coerced into something. And besides, those people will always cancel anyway, or they'll have buyer's remorse right after you push them into a sale, and it just doesn't work. And you can leverage your time and money by putting in a strong 3-step process for your sales. When you do this, it will change your life. So I hope this was helpful. If you need help building a lucrative and impactful business, getting to that $1 million, I want to invite you to book a call with me at acarden.com, and we'll look at what you need in your business to make that happen and how you can do it in a way that is going to give you a life and the money that you can enjoy. So go to acarden.com, book a strategy call if you're ready to invest in yourself and really build a lucrative and impactful business. You all have an amazing day. I can't wait to talk to you next week. Bye-bye. If you've enjoyed this episode, I want to invite you to go check out a free training that I have at expertinu.us. It is a training that I have on how you can get ultra premium dream clients, scale your business, get more freedom, and really simplify your business and multiply your money. So go check that out. And again, that is expertinu.us. I want to thank you for being here with me this week. I hope you found massive value. Please always leave a comment, feedback, or a question. We check them all. And I want you to go rock your business, and make sure you join us again next week. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.